How's it going, internets? I hope you're having a lovely day. It's that time again. It's time to get into some animation. It's time to get creative. Time to get that imagination all revved up. It's time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from the one, the only James Jean. If you're not familiar with his work, check right over here. He is very well known in the, well, at least I think he's fairly well known in the digital arts and, or at least the internet age of the art community. He's done some beautiful, beautiful work. Such great craftsmanship. You can really tell that his draftsmanship is top notch, and then adds his own spin and his own unique view of the world to each and every piece that he does. And this was the one that kind of hooked me when I was looking up stuff on him today for what I wanted to share with you. I just thought the coloring was great. You get the koi speckles throughout the character, and then like into the koi itself, and you've got this great alligator with all this detail in there. You got this like tortoise shell, what was that, a kneecap brace, and just a great layout and composition overall. And then you've got the like the shroud kind of over her head that kind of complements the fins of the fish, and just such a great layout, and solid drawing throughout everything as well. And as always, I will have more of his stuff linked in the description below if you guys want to check more out of his work and buy a bunch of his stuff and support him, because his work is top notch. But I want to share a quote with you guys from him as well, and that was, "Keep working. Even if you don't have any assignments, self-initiated projects always seem to lead to real jobs. In any case, if you don't feel compelled to create work on your own, then you probably shouldn't be a professional artist. It's important to realize that being your own boss has its rewards, but it requires discipline and diligence." And I thought that was really great. I've been kind of thinking about that ever since I read that a couple days ago when I was prepping for the video, and I think it's totally true. If you're waiting for someone else to tell you to be creative, then maybe you should find something else that you're passionate about. If you have that creative world view or that creative mindset, then you're gonna just always be on fire, waiting for that next creation. You're sitting there with a sketchbook or with a journal or with a microphone or whatever it is that you use for your medium, and you're always thinking in that way. You're almost working 24/7 because you're always trying to incorporate the things that you see around you, or the world that you view, or the thoughts that you think, or any of that stuff into pieces of work that you can then put out later, or sketches that maybe won't turn into anything till years down the road, or any of that stuff. But also, the other part that was important in this quote was the discipline and the diligence. And I think it's tough. It's a job. Like, anytime you want to be professional or do something with a creative endeavor, you have to treat it like a job. You have to hit it every day and attack it every day and go for it, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're sick, even when you're thinking that this is all crap and you're never going to amount to anything. You got to push through all of that stuff, and you got to build a habitual cycle of creating, and then stick to it all the time. It's like exercise. If you don't exercise enough, you get fat and lazy and don't do anything, and it's tougher and tougher the longer you go between getting back on the treadmill, or getting back doing push-ups and sit-ups, or getting back drawing if you haven't drawn for 6 months. If you can keep up, even if it's not a ton every day or the best thing you've ever done every day, you gotta just keep at it and keep at it and keep at it and keep at it, and attacking it and wanting it and desiring it, and having that focus of where you want to be, or where you want to be at least right now, and continue to never give up that dream. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into some animation today. This is the Cuty rig. It's a free rig you can grab over at Creative Crash. And if you're not familiar with what we'll be doing for the rest of the video, we give ourselves 48 frames, 2 seconds of animation. I go off and I find a rig that I've never used before. That's a free resource that's available for you guys to play around with as well. And give ourselves around an hour or so and see what we come up with. have a little bit of over the shoulder, just kind of hang out with me while I animate, a little bit of instruction or guidance or talking through my thought process. And hopefully the whole goal of this is to encourage you guys to keep going and making you feel that hopefully making you feel like you're not alone in your creative endeavors, that there's someone else there with you. You've got a buddy in this journey right alongside you, hopefully encouraging you and inspiring you to continue going every day, each and every day. So that being said, let's go ahead and get in here. And then one thing that I just want to reiterate as well before we get in here is there will always be a link in the description below to this rig if you guys want to try it out, or more stuff on James Jean, or any of the resources that I found were really helpful when I was first learning animation as well. So definitely check out that description below, and more stuff if you want to follow me on any sort of those social media networks. That will be in the description below. So I was thinking for this one, try and do a little dance maybe. Just a quick little dance, and probably do it in a cycle. I thought that would be kind of fun. And we'll see, because this is it's a very simplistic rig, so kind of feel like these shoulders should be up a little bit higher though. See, that feels like a shoulder to me. The other one didn't really. But let's be careful with those as well. That feels more shouldery. And let's go ahead and just. It's kind of a bummer that those hands are the way they are, but that's okay. Down. We just want to get a good starting pose, good place to start from for our work here. And we got everything in IK here, which is gonna be a little bit interesting. I haven't really done everything in IK aside from like climbing and quadruped style animation for the last. So that'll be fun. Get to play a little more acting with IK hands. So let's go ahead and rotate that forward a little bit. I was kind of thinking we might have a head and a chest, but it looks like we just have a belly here. That's okay, we've got to use what we got there. I'll go ahead and do that. Bring it forward a little bit more. And let's go ahead and I think we rotate the feet out just a little bit. Elbow control around here? I don't even know. I don't think there is. Okay, so let's go ahead and use that as a starting point and see how we're going to work through this. So let's go ahead and save our file. We are using Autodesk Maya 2014, phenomenal program. If you haven't used it before, definitely check it out. Link in the description below, as always. And let's start off with the hips here. Oh, strange. They already have like a basic animation thing here. Okay, let's go ahead and delete all that then. Let's go into our graph editor here. And I don't know if that was maybe me playing around or something that did that, but let's see. Okay. Let's go over to the side. Over the other side. And then back again. So let's see. Okay, I'll probably do a little bit more of here. We're just gonna have a little groovy animation here. A little bit of groove and bob there. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna grab the hands. Swing over that way. And then have them swing over that way. And then bring them back to where they were. So let's see. And you want to go down with them here, so we'll go up. And down, up, and down, and up, and down. Oops, let's see. And let's go ahead and take the translate X here, and it goes a little too far that way. Don't want to hyperextend it there. And let's grab this guy, 36, we'll make that a little bit less here. And we got a lot of tweaking still to do with this, but let's check it out. Huh, there's definitely some funky stuff in this rig. And then let's go ahead and take the translate X, and let's go key it there, and key it there, and key it there, and key it there. Give us a couple more frames on that swing out, so it holds on the swing out a little bit more. I feel like the translate X on this side is a little too much here as well. So let's pull it back a little bit. And sorry about the deformation that's popping in every once in a while. I wonder what the reasoning is with that. I'll go ahead and save that here. Let's see. Let's make sure the translate Y's are bigger on 12 and 36. We'll make them smaller in between. Actually, we'll make a maybe a little less down before that. Or maybe too much up. Scale it back a little bit. See that every once in a while you get a really funky deformation in there. I wonder where that comes from. I'll go ahead and save that here. And I don't think it's actually keyed anywhere. I think it's just in the rig for some reason, the way I'm playing glass here. And let's do a little bit of toe press here. 12. Hey, buddy. Good man. Go on, go play. Alright, let's do a little bit of toe rest. And what's that? Toe press? I love the variation between rigs. So where one is a toe roll, that'll mean one thing on one rig, and in another rig, toe roll is like a foot roll, or it's just a toe. I love the variation between rigs and their labeling. I think it's very interesting to study and observe, because it's not ever really standard. I mean, there's basic standards with this stuff, but it's always a little bit different. Zeroed out there, and zeroed out there, and zeroed out there. I was gonna do a kick in here too, but I think I like the idea of it just being kind of like a little dude who's bobbing along. And then I think we could still kind of minimize the translate X a little bit more. Both of them, so we'll do a little bit less. Let's go look at that. Especially on this one when it swings out. I want that to be a little bit less. Let's go. Let's grab both of these. We can go ahead and save our file. I haven't done that for a little while. And we'll go ahead and rotate them. What would that be? Down. This would be down. I'll go 14. We'll go up there. We'll keep it on 12s for right now, just at the same timing. There you will go down again. 36 will go up again. And then back to where it was. Let's go to it. Let's go ahead and clean that up. Do some rotating. Go that way. Go the other way. Let's go and see that now. And actually go opposite way to start off. And then we'll go this way into that, and we'll go back. Nah, that doesn't look as good. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll do something similar here. So grab both of these hands and key that, and key that, and we'll just hold the tip or the tilt a little bit more. Key selected and key selected. And then we'll go into rotate Z's on both of them here. And give us one more frame that way, and one more frame that way. And let's go and look at her now. Maybe we'll do it the other way. So we'll hold the neutral a little bit more. Let's go like that. And then let's put it zeroed out again. Key that, pull it down a little stays at more neutral and just tips out. There we go. Feels a little better. And then let's delay that by about 2 frames. No, let's push it forward a frame. So the thumbs kind of lead in there. We'll just keep it where it is. Now let's go ahead and look at the hips here. There, we'll rotate into there, out of it, into there, out of it, and back. So it's got to look at that. And excuse me. Let's tone that down a little bit more. And again, we kind of get that dead period where it goes back into the cycle from the end to the beginning, but we'll worry about that later. Let's minimize that a little bit more. I think it's starting to work okay. And then let's go here at 12, and we'll get that little bit of line of action through there. And 36, go and get it through there, and bring it back again to 0. Let's go and look at that now. And I think what we'll do is we'll actually have the head tilt back a little bit, 6 frames after, and then into it, so let's see. Okay, that might be a little too much. So we'll lean in and then tilt out. Lean in and then tilt out. Maybe we just need to do less of it. Zero it out again. I think that's about right. Let's see. Gotta get the head to bob a little bit. Maybe we just do less of it. And let's go ahead and see that now. And maybe we can. I feel like it's a little fast, so I'll go 1 frame before there. I just feel like they need to be exaggerated more. Okay, feels pretty good. Maybe give ourselves 8 frames before we go back, though. And then we'd have 8 frames there, so that'd be 2. Let's see, bring that back a little bit, pull that up. And bring that this way a little bit. That feels a little better. Give ourselves just a couple more frames, and let's make sure that this and that work okay. Yeah, should be okay. And then let's go ahead and look at obviously this is a little too much here, so I gotta clean that up here. So let's bring that back down. We don't have to do a lot of this, we can just do a little bit. So let's see now. And let's look at the translate Y's here. Go a little bit less there. I think we can take the ups and increase them so that we don't lose that amount of movement, but just how it works. And maybe we'll do that little bit of toe foot roll here. We'll lift the toes up for a few frames and then zero it back there. And zero that out here. So just get that little bit of recoil as the heels go down, the toes go up, and then land. So heels go down, keep that, toes go up a little bit, and back down. And that's probably too much, we don't need a lot of it. So we just want a teeny bit of that. So let's get back in here, we'll just do a little bit of that. Let's go ahead and see that. And maybe we'll add a little bit of twist this way here, and this way there, and then back again. Just a little teeny bit. It's probably even more than I want, but I'll try to use just so we get that little bit of twist there too. See, we just feel that little bit of recoil in the toes now. And then let's go ahead and take this hand, and we'll go ahead and lead one frame there. And then we'll take this hand, and we'll go ahead and lead one frame there. Just so there's a little variation in the thumbs. This translate Y on the second thumb until here. Let's look at that one where it is versus where it's at like 12. It feels a little bit higher. So let's pull that back down a little bit. And it's just a one frame difference, but it helps it not to feel like it's all the same timing there. Also feel like it's maybe a little bit further out from the body than the other side is, so let's maybe scale it back in our translate X a little bit, just a little bit. And with dances or anything like that, you don't want to vary the timing too much, so we still got pretty close to the same timing there, but we just varied it a little bit to add a little bit of mixture there. And then let's go ahead and lead with this foot, one single frame there, and on the next one we'll go ahead and lead that one with one single frame there. So the feet aren't hitting at exactly the same time too. And then let's take everything we've got here, give ourselves 49 frames, push, grab everything we got, push it back one frame, and go back to 48 frames. And that way we have a little bit of variation between where we start and where we finish, so that should help that loop a little bit better. as much recoil. Second time leads into it, and then I don't feel like it goes out of it enough, so let's tilt that up a little bit more. I still feel like we could go even more there. It feels a little better. It's just kind of like a little guy grooving in the corner of like a club. A really bad dancer guy in the corner of a club kind of a move. I think it worked out alright. So let's go ahead and save our file here. And let's create a new perspective or a new camera here. And create polygon primitives cube. Scale that up. Create polygon primitives cube. What do you think, like a bright blue or a bright purple or something maybe? For our background here. Like the original one. Hide our grid. Assign a new material. Let's put a Lambert on it. And let's see. Hot purple. Kind of a nightclubby color. Yeah, let's go and watch that. Kind of like that a little bit better. And let's go ahead and maybe this is too bright for me. And let's go perspective again. Let's go more so. Yeah, we'll turn our curves off. Again, there's definitely more polish and tons more we can do to loosen it up, but I think that works pretty well for today. So let's go ahead and look back at our quote from James Jean. Keep working, even if you don't have assignments. Self-initiated projects always seem to lead to real jobs. In any case, if you don't feel compelled to create work on your own, then you probably shouldn't be a professional artist. It's important to realize that being your own boss has its rewards, but it requires discipline and diligence. So don't give up, keep pursuing your dreams, and push to do those unique creative projects that maybe they aren't going to be funded by someone else to do, but it's something that you're passionate about, that you're driven to do. And know that that's probably where your uniqueness and the stuff that's really going to be filled with love and passion and be truest to the things that you create is going to come from. So keep doing that as well. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for all the likes and subscribes. You guys are amazing and wonderful. And if you're watching this, you guys are the creative future. And I totally believe in you. So keep pursuing your dreams. Keep pushing. Keep going every day. And that being said, love you guys lots. And we'll see you for some more animation tomorrow.